What's up, YouTube? It's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about moon signs. This is going to be a very brief video because it doesn't really take that much to explain what the moon is all about. Maybe. Okay, it might be long depending because I like to run my mouth, so you never really know. But anyways, let's talk about moon signs. Okay, so what is a moon sign in astrology? Well, the zodiac sign that rules the moon, well, the moon rules Cancer. Let's just put it that way. The moon rules Cancer. Each zodiac sign has a planet that it rules, that give it its influence, that give it its power. For example, I'm a Taurus, and the planet that is ruled by Taurus, or the planet that rules Taurus, is planet Venus. And Venus also rules Libra as well. And Mars rules Aries, and Neptune rules Pisces, and so on and so forth. But the moon rules Cancer. So what this means is that, well, let's start by saying that the moon represents your moods and your emotions. So in your birth chart, you're going to have a certain zodiac sign for your moon. So I have a Libra moon, and I'm going to put in the description box below the websites that you can go to put in your birth information so that you can figure out what your moon sign is. If somebody asks you, well, what's your sign? You say, I'm a Taurus. And that means that the sun was in Taurus when you were born, because your sun sign is your main sign. It's the sign that everybody always goes by. But no one ever says, oh, well, I'm a Taurus sun with the Libra moon and a Virgo rising, which that's my information, by the way, if y'all wanted to know. You never really respond like that, because most people, they don't know what that is. They don't know what that represents. But the moon rules your inner self. The moon rules the person that you hide. The moon rules your subconscious. The moon rules your instinctive reactions to things. The side of you that you're kind of ashamed of. The side of you that you won't really talk about with most people. And I made in my video called My Libra Moon, Exposing the Side I Hide, I admitted that as a Libra moon, given that Libras represent marriage and partnership, I have been guilty, yes, me, this chick right here, has been guilty of, really craving a man to a point where it was all I cared about. And all of my decisions was based upon whether I would get a man or not, and that was, a part of me that I never really wanted to admit, never really wanted to face. I never really would admit that to people in my, personal life, because I was ashamed of it, and a lot of times you're ashamed of the person that you are underneath the surface. Your moon sign, you're ashamed of your moon sign sometimes, okay? Typically your moon sign is, it can be a little bit of the dark side of your personality as well, but it also can amplify, positive attributes of your sun sign also. So for example, I have a Libra moon, but I'm a Taurus sun, so I'm having double Venus there, and Venus rules love and beauty, and a lot of people with a Venus influence are charming, and they're easy to get along with. So as a Taurus, I'm already going to have charm, right? I'm already going to, be sociable. I'm already going to be, the kind of person that people see as beautiful, because I'm not bragging here, by the way. I'm just speaking about, Tauruses. Tauruses do have a reputation of being, very physically beautiful because their planet rules love and beauty. And for example, Megan Fox, she's, a Taurus, and Megan Fox is an actress. For y'all, for those of y'all who don't know, she's the actress that played in Transformers, the girl with the dark hair and the big blue eyes, and she's perceived as very beautiful, and she's a Taurus, right? And a lot of Tauruses are. Also, Robert Pattinson, the actor that played in Twilight, he's a Taurus. A lot of girls had a crush on him. He was popping when I was in middle school, okay? So Tauruses kind of are seen as beautiful a lot of the times. So I have a Libra moon, and so the moon brings that out even more, because Libra, oh God, I feel like I feel like I'm bragging, but I promise I'm not bragging, y'all. I'm just trying to explain what it all is. But having a Libra moon, also, which also rules love and beauty, it brings out the even more of that beauty of Taurus, right? So I'm bringing out that earthly beauty as well as that, Venusian beauty or whatever. So if you have whatever your moon sign is, you're going to bring out that sun sign, but in whatever way that moon sign is in. So for example, if you are like Bob Marley, I mentioned in my Scorpio moon video, was he was an Aquarius sun with a Scorpio moon. And he had this thing with unity. He cared a lot about bringing people together, and having everybody get along, and the whole one love. He was all about that. And his Scorpio moon helped him to be very driven about unity. And Aquarius is by nature are humanitarians. So his Scorpio moon energy helps him to be very driven to bring people together, because Scorpios are very driven, very ambitious people. And so he had that Scorpio drive behind it all that I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't see. A lot of people saw Bob Marley just chilling. If you have an Aquarius sun, a lot of times people will see you as detached, but him having a Scorpio moon, it made him more emotionally intense. So he probably wasn't as detached as, say, an Aquarius with a Gemini moon, because Geminis are also kind of sometimes detached from their emotions. So the moon is a very intense part of your personality. It's the way that you experience your emotions. It's the way that you express your emotions. And so I'm going to go into, this freaking hair is getting on my nerves, y'all. I'm going to go into deeper depth of, what each sign represents in the moon. But in this one, I was just explaining the power of the moon and what the moon really represents. So the moon, as you all know, it pulls the tides. It pulls the tides in the ocean. It makes them move up and down and all around. And we have, like, what do they say, 90% water inside of us. So the moon is kind of influencing what's going on inside of us, which is our moon sign. It's influencing our inner selves, just like it influences the tide. Moon signs also, the moon also represents in astrology the relationship that you have with your mother. It rules the way that you see your mother, the way that you perceive her. So if you have whatever your moon sign is, you're going to perceive your mother kind of the way that your moon sign is. So if you have an Aries moon, you're going to perceive your mother as energetic. If you have a Scorpio moon, you may perceive your mother as hardworking and intense. If you have an Aquarius moon, you're going to perceive your mother as, like quirky and eccentric and unique and just different. It gets deeper and deeper as you go into it. I love astrology so much, man. Like, you can just learn so much about yourself and so much about the world around you, especially with your moon sign. So I advise y'all to figure out what your moon sign is, especially if you're the type of person that has issues with your emotions. Figure out what your moon sign is so that you can understand why you're having issues with your emotions, because typically the moon sign has everything to do with that. For example, Michael Jackson was a Virgo sun with a Pisces moon, and him having Virgo and Pisces are opposite signs, and him having his sun and his moon be opposite to each other, it caused him to struggle with a lot of internal conflict. He was always at odds with himself. He was always fighting with himself on the inside, because he had this perfectionist Virgo personality, but on the inside, he was extremely sensitive like a Pisces. And I can imagine how intense that could be, because Virgos are prone to depression because they can be very negative. And also because they see the world for what it is, and they can be realist, and they see how shitty the world can be. Virgos see the world how shitty it can be based upon their observation and analyzing, but Pisces sees how shitty the world can be based upon their intuition and their feeling. So not only can he observe and see how awful the world was, but he can also feel it, and so he can feel the weight of the world on his shoulders, having a Pisces moon. And Virgos are also very sensitive as well. So, you gotta have some type of feeling for MJ, okay? I already love MJ to death. Oh my God. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. You are a freaking king. Like, I love his music so much. And it's just crazy because, man, okay, I was about to talk about Michael Jackson, but this is about moon signs. I was just about to go off and talk about MJ, y'all. If I get on the topic of Michael Jackson, trust me, I'm not gonna shut up. But maybe I'll make a video talking about Michael Jackson, because I freaking love him so much. Oh my God. Michael! I understand why them girls was passing out in the audience and stuff, because, oh my God, Michael Jackson. I still get so freaking excited watching him dance, and it's been years. But anyways, figure out what your moon sign is, because that way you can figure out how you can heal, and you can figure out how you can heal others. Yeah, I believe that's it. Anything else? Anything else, class? Anybody? No? Sydney's just talking to herself? Oh, okay. That's all I have for y'all today. Please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.